Hey YouTube, it's Mike here and I'm bringing you guys my weekend league results. As you can see, I have 21 wins. So I did not achieve Elite 3. Now, I will say one thing though. I had good gameplay this weekend. Out of my 30 games I played, I have no excuses besides maybe a few times I felt like the game was against me. But server-wise, like I'd say gameplay-wise, I would say 26, 27 of my games were actually fluent, completely perfect gameplay. Maybe 3 or 4 max that were like a bit heavy. Other than that, I mean, like I said, the gameplay was good for me this week. So no excuses in a way of saying that lag wise or button delay stuff like that. I mean, I only had like 3, 4 bad games gameplay wise. The rest were very, very playable, like very good actually. I do finish with 21 games, 21 wins, 9 losses. I got to 20 wins with 7 losses. So I had 3 games remaining to see if I could hit elite. The first game I get matched up, I lose. It's against a guy that was a elite 3, constantly elite 3 when I look at him in foothead. Beat me 3-1. I was winning 1-0, and then in the second half, everything went to hell. This is one thing I noticed in this game. There's a lot of momentum swings and stuff like that. I mean, we all talked about it and stuff like that, but whatever, it happens throughout the week. Early on, I would say there was about 1 or 2 games that I felt like I really deserved to win and I didn't win. But then again, there's a couple of games maybe that I also won and didn't deserve to win, right? So at the end of the day, it evens out. So no complaints. I finished with 21. Let's look at the team that I used. Very good team. Team's worth almost like right now it's worth around 9 million coins because a lot of the cards went down in price. But whatever, it is what it is. Let me just put a contract here. I hate seeing these things with no contract. I don't know if it's in my head or whatever it is. I just don't like it. Anyways, performance wise, I really hate Rio Costa. Everybody else is very, very good. I mean, for sure there's a few games where a few players I would say cost me the game, believe it or not, like Salah. There was like 2 consecutive games that I lost at one point. It was the only time I lost 2 consecutive games throughout the whole weekend league. And the ball kept going to Salah, and Salah kept missing his time finishing. He kept missing the net, or it wasn't strong enough. I don't know. It was like 2 games in a row where you just couldn't do it. I mean, the stats are very, very good. Actually, you know what? Let me just show the stats of all the players I won, so it's much easier to understand what's happening. So look, since I had Salah, I'm very happy to have packed this guy because he's the only one, my only red really crazy inform and Lala, right? So for what he's given me in 220 games, I have no complaints in a way saying that performance-wise, he's got 240 goal contribution in 220 games. No complaints. This is a very good return. The problem, because of his 3-star weak foot, he becomes very predictable for you to shoot with his left. Okay, so when there was games where you felt playing very, very good opponents, his 3-star weak foot would come into a factor where it would actually, like put you in a deficit, based on a 3-star weak foot. Overall, very good player. Besides those 2 games that I told you that I believe I should have won, there were 2 consecutive games, and for some reason I just kept getting the chances with him. It's because I don't try to aim at a certain player when I'm shooting. I just go with who's open at the moment to try to score. Those 2 games, Salah seemed to be open all the time, and every time he got the ball, like I think there was one game he had like 7 shots and he couldn't hit the target. It was ridiculous. Usually I hit the target pretty easily with him. As you can see, 220 games, 161 goals. I know how to shoot with the guy. You know what I mean? So whatever. Anyways, Marco van Basten. Oh boy, this guy is amazing. This guy is a class of his own. Like if you want to pay 700,000 coins for a for a top-notch striker, I recommend this guy any day of the week. He's got a 4-star weak foot. Doesn't even seem like it because he seems to hit it no matter what. There are moments where he's gonna miss, but overall he's gonna put it in. His volley's insane. His heading, very good. How much do I compare this guy to CR7? Very, very close. Believe it or not, man, for the amount of coins that you're paying for CR7, I'm telling you, this guy is just way worth it because of what else you could. It's if you have 2.4 million, right? You take 700K, you buy this guy, right? You got 1.4. I can't even count. You got 1.5 million, 1.6 million left. No, am I counting wrong? 700? No, you got 1.7 million left. And with 1.7 million left, you could get yourself like a Del Piero, that I'm gonna talk about. It is insane. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think it's worth spending 2.4 million on one card if that's all you have. You know what I mean? It's better to split it in two or three. You know what I mean? Because you will be able to get, for example, Marco van Basten, Del Piero, and Kante, for example, for the same price you get like Ronaldo, CR7. And what combination would do more damage? It would be the combination with the three players over CR7. Not to say CR7 is not good. I play with CR7. He's a great player in the game. He's very overpowered, but he doesn't take the job of three players. And I mean, three players will do much more. Anyways, Pavon was a super sub. I didn't really use him much, to be honest with you, as a super sub this week because I was actually trying the Tevez card, the loan card. I used 10 in a row. I did make it though, but I used Pavon. I used Tevez for like 10 games. I also used Roy Keane for some of the games whenever I needed a super sub. So I was just going in with one super sub. Anyways, let's go to Del Piero. Yeah, he's just as good as last year. He is just as good as last year. Now I took the middle card because this was the one I was able to afford based on what I wanted to buy on my team. I love him. I honestly love this card. Look, he has 120 goal contribution in 86 game. He played as my cam. The thing is, the key of like the stuff that he did around the pitch, even if he didn't get a goal sometimes or an assist, a lot of times, even with like no goal or just like one assist, you will get man of the match because he seemed to be all around the pitch doing everything. He's the perfect cam. I really enjoy this card. He's probably my favorite card I've used all year so far. So I highly recommend you guys getting Del Piero. Rio Costa. I honestly don't like him. As you can see, 114 games. He has 39 goals. As you can see, his shooting is very inconsistent. Like, very inconsistent. Like, oh my god. Like, probably one of the worst inconsistent shooter I've ever seen in this game. That's how bad he is. Overall, he's not the worst possible. Sorry about that, but my mic shut off for a second there. Overall, I don't think he's the worst possible card in the game. I just don't think he's worth playing with. I find he's more like that guy that you make for a future SBC. Okay, that's the way I see it. Rio, there's nothing I have to really more say about him. I played over 600 games with him. He is amazing. Of course, when you play 600 games with a person, you kind of get fed up a little bit. I would like to try different central backs, but it is what it is. I'm very happy with this card. It's a very good card. Campbell, disappointed. He's not bad, but I can understand why his prime is only going for like 800, 900K. He is not at that level of, the top tier icons, okay? Like you got guys like Sergio Ramos, Varane, Van Dijk that will do the same job this guy does, and probably even better at sometimes, okay? This guy is very clumsy sometimes, very weird. Overall, I feel like this is another SBC that you do to put into an SBC. That's my personal opinion. I'm not gonna say that he's a bad defender because he's not. He's just not worth 900 coins in my eyes. That's it. Patrick Vieira. I really like this card. Okay, I mean, is he as good as last year? I have no idea. A lot of people ask me that question. I don't know based on the fact that I never got to play with him last year. This is the first year I get to play with him. I could tell you one thing, okay? He's very expensive, yes. Okay, this is the middle card. But you know what? The amount of times that he's intercepting balls for me, or when I'm using him, his long legs get in the way, his tackling. Because he has such a big physique, tall, strong, long legs, very fast, as you can see, 85 pace. He makes him the complete CDM, the best CDM, you know what I mean? I highly recommend this card. Very expensive, but when you have the coins like I do right now, I want to play with the top tier cards, and this is one of them. This is a top tier card, you know what I mean? This is the only card that I have that is considered top tier, like the top ones that the pro use and stuff like that. Del Piero is up there too, but Del Piero will not be used because people would use more Cruyff, use Sabio. You know what I mean? They'll use those cards. They'll use the broken ones where uh, Del Piero is right under them. I think Del Piero is just almost as good as these cards. I haven't used them yet, so I can't really judge. But I'm telling you, he is a monster. Okay. Anyways, let's go to Sturridge. Never mind. Let's not talk about Sturridge. Lala. I didn't really use Sturridge. That was his loan card. Lala. I played almost 400. Well, I'd say 400 games with this guy. I really enjoy this card. I think he's the best right back in the game. Maybe this Kyle Walker that's at the same level as him. I don't know. I never tried his 86 because I got the 84 as my red pick. So there's no point in me buying an 86. Overall, I love this card. It's a very good card. Gulam. This is maybe a weak link for me. He's not bad. He's not bad. He's just not that ideal left back you gotta have. Especially that I have 225k on coins. I could definitely go buy myself Alexandro. You know what I mean? I could probably even buy an inform. I didn't. I just went in with the red pick. Figured I'll play with it. Whatever. Anyways, I don't feel like he cost me my weekend league. I just feel like there were moments that I probably could have won. I didn't win. I could have won. Shoutouts to my opponents. They were good. I just feel sometimes, like momentum, when the momentum shifts, it doesn't go your way, and you either start missing shots or you start missing passes. You know what I mean? You know which games I'm talking about. Doesn't mean that I would have won them, but you wish you had that momentum towards on your side when you needed it the most in those moments that were very like tight games. Okay. Roy Keane. I'm almost finished with his loan. I mean, this guy is a very good card, to believe it or not. If there's one of the cheap SPCs that I would recommend people doing, this is one of them. He actually felt pretty good. I never used a camp style on him. And for the 16 games that I played, he actually played his position. He actually played the CDM. As you can see, he's a medium I. And he's got good defensive stats. And he's got good physical stats. Overall, I really think it's a good card. It's a good card. For me, this is a good card. This is a card that if you do the SBC, it was worth doing. That's the way I see it. Szczesny. For me, this goal is amazing. There's at least 2-3 games throughout the weekend where he did some unbelievable saves that didn't even look normal, okay? He's that type of card. And I've used Neuer, I've used De Gea, I've used Courtois, I've used different types of goalies. I've used many of them, and I could tell you, this is a top tier card. If this guy gets a team of the season, I would think he's the best card in the game. I mean, the goalie wise. He honestly is sick, okay? Kante. I think everybody should have a Kante in their team by now, and it's no reason not to, because he is the ultimate CDM. Like, he's just crazy. This guy is just a work. He's just running around like a maniac. Like, there's nothing bad to say about this guy. This guy just he's short. So what? That's the only bad thing I could say. But other than that, seriously speaking, this is probably the best gold card in the game. That's what I think. Okay, first position. I don't know what these guys are. These are my bronze bench, and that's it. So that's what happened. That's the team I've used. As you can see, that was the bronze bench. Am I disappointed? I'm not disappointed. I mean, when you get 21 wins out of 30 games, it's way better than people think. I mean, guys, it's harder to hit gold 1 this year than to hit gold 1 last year, okay? So maybe my gold 1 this year is like me achieving gold elite 3 last year. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It's very hard. It's very, very hard. Even with a crazy team like this, it's not easy. You need certain momentum in the right timing to be able to, get those extra clutch wins. Of course, skill comes in handy the better you are of a player. As you can see, my skill level, it is what it is. I do my best. I believe that I'm very near hitting elite. That I'm very near. The thing is, do I have the energy in me to do it? Because of the fact that playing the weekend leagues, playing 30 games and stuff like that, it's not easy. It's not easy playing these 30 games. It's not easy. This week I got lucky in a way, saying that I ended up getting good gameplay for the majority of my games. I mean, before that I had shit gameplay for like 3 months. You know what I mean? So overall, like, it's about the willing of continue to play the weekend league every week, competitive wise. Like, or just play for gold 3. Because gold 3 is it's very easy for me to achieve. I could probably hit gold 3 in 16, 17 games. You know what I mean? I don't know. We'll see what happens. I may next week just take a little bit of a break and play with my little my little Argentina team. We'll see what happens. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. I spoke a lot, but I just wanted to give you guys my, you know, my opinion of the weekend league and how it went and stuff like that. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video, and hopefully you guys had a better weekend league than me. Have a good day, guys. Bye bye.